Hello, beautiful women. This is Leland, and I have something very important to say to you today. You are not too late. What the heck does that mean? You might be saying. No idea. So I'm going to tell you. You are not too late to make the changes in your life that you want. You are not too late to find your own authentic self somewhere inside you in your own wisdom. You are not too late to do the things that you've dreamed about and put off, maybe for decades. You know, there are over 1 billion women in the world over the age of 60. And many women of that age have spent decades taking care of others, being selfless, being strong, managing careers and raising children and even raising grandchildren, juggling illness and chaos and stress and no money problems and housing issues and world issues. And yet we continue to ignore and suppress those things that we want for ourselves. You are the reason I created this series. This is video 1 of the series, Resilience After 60. And episode 1 is titled appropriately, You're Not Too Late. So, this present moment is yours. This series is not about fixing the past. It's not about trying to go back in time and redo things and look at all your regrets and try to do things differently. That is not possible. What is possible is for you to live in the now of your life, this present moment, and every moment that comes after this one is yours. If you live in the moment, then the future is guaranteed for you because you built it, you own it, you control it by every moment that you put together. It's yours to make. That's pretty interesting perspective, maybe, for some of you. So, for many of us who've spent our lives in service to others and neglected ourselves, this series is developed for those women over 60 who find themselves maybe at a crossroads, maybe at a place of emotional reconstruction or reinvention. Women who seek some safe place to navigate the storms that they may be going through in their lives, or a safe place to discuss things, their dreams, their desires, the things that they've left undone for decades that are now possible when you choose to live in the moment. And I'm not saying neglect the rest of your responsibilities. That is not what at all this is about. It's about reprioritizing, finding your authentic self, getting emotional clarity on who you are, what kind of woman you want to be, how to find those times in your life when you can live your dreams and become someone different. Maybe someone who's no longer unhappy. Maybe someone who wakes up every day with joy. Maybe someone who pursues a different career or a new life, something different. All those things are possible from here. So I want to ask you just a couple questions, gently. ask you. So, what do you want right now in your life? What things have you never had time to do? Those dreams that you've had that you didn't pursue because you were too busy taking care of other people, doing other things. What is one thing that you can do right now for yourself? One little step that you can take forward in your life to navigate a different path, to find a different, clear path forward. What can you do? So I want to let you know that um, I asked myself those same questions not that long ago, the beginning of this year. And I'm 75 years old. I retired after 23 years of very successful psychotherapy practice, where I helped hundreds and hundreds of women find themselves, rebuild their lives, decide what kind of life they wanted, what kind of changes they wanted, fulfill their dreams, and just become a woman that they wanted to be in the present moment and navigate their lives forward in a different way. And prior to that, I also had a 25-year career as a social worker in social services. So when I retired with a full heart and the company knowledge that I had done a lot in my career to help women. And so I spent the next 18 months being retired. I moved to a beautiful place by the ocean. I slept well, I ate well, I walked, I read, I practiced mindfulness, made some new friends, kept the old ones. And yeah, every day I had a nap. And I asked myself again, what's my purpose? Because purpose has always been a big one for me. Maybe that is for you too. And my purpose has always been to help women, help other women, to be the support, the hand that helps you hold your hand as you walk through darkness and down chaotic life paths. That's been my role for as long as I can remember. And I realized that just because I retired, women are still suffering everywhere. I noticed them in my personal life, in my family, in my friends, and my acquaintances. And something told me, my own inner wisdom, my own wise woman within told me, you need to do something. And so I came back to coaching because coaching is all, for me, it's all about helping women, which is this series is where I started. Part of my journey was to help women over 60 learn resilience, learn with concrete tools how to make their lives better, how to improve themselves, and do the things that they want in their lives without feeling guilty or shamed, and to go forward with the full knowledge that they can be present in their lives and do something different if they choose to do that. See, the choice is yours. You get to choose what you do with your life. That may seem odd because many of us spend a good portion of our lives, myself included, thinking I didn't have a choice. Did you end up there? Think you don't have a choice in your life? Well, you do. And this may be the beginning for you. So this is the right series for you, particularly if you're looking for wisdom from another woman who has traveled similar paths to you. That'd be me. I've done that. I'm here as a support for women. So before we begin, though, the rest at the end of the video, it's not beginning. Before we end, I want to tell you a remarkable story, and it's inspirational. I was blown away by this story. I read this in the 1440 yesterday, and the 1440 is an online news organization. They print factual stuff and news that we may not otherwise get. And this story was about an 80-year-old woman. They said she was grandma. I suspect she was maybe a great grandma too at 80. And she decided at 59 that she didn't know how to swim and she needed to learn how to swim because she wanted to compete in a triathlon. At 59, she learned to swim, and she learned to swim really well. That was the beginning of her, here's my moment, and I'm going to change my life. And this woman is the oldest woman to ever compete and finish the Ironman competition. Now, this competition was held recently in Hawaii on an island I can't pronounce. But here's what happens in that competition. And this particular competition was on the island in Hawaii. And the beginning of it is a 2.4-mile ocean swim. And when you get out of the water, you jump on a bicycle and you pedal yourself for 112 miles around the island in crosswinds and over lava fields. And when you're done with that, you run a 26.2 marathon. Now, the time limit for this, astoundingly, is 17 hours. Our 80-year-old woman completed this course in 16 hours, 46 minutes, and some odd seconds. She's a remarkable woman, and I'll tell you, I watched the end of the race, the end of the video where she was coming across the finish line. And about, I don't know how far, 4 or 5 yards from the finish line, there was a little incline, and she fell down. And she got on all fours, she got up, and she jogged across the finish line. Now, this is an amazing accomplishment. And on top of that, I don't know how many people started in this competition, but I can tell you 60 of them never finished. So, wow, what an incredible story. And how uplifting and motivating is that? There's a woman who realized it's never too late for me. Maybe you're that woman too. I certainly have become that woman. And I invite you this week to sit quietly and just ask yourself, what do I want to feel more of? What do I want to let go of? What can I create and experience in my life? And I will leave you with this parting thought. You are not too late. You are right on time. Let's begin.